Hello everybody, my name's Spicy and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be checking out Lamasu. So I think one of my clan is one of the set of first clans in the game to get Lamasu, and I can't wait to show her to you guys. Now my biggest issue right now is I don't have her book and I don't have her mastered, so I won't be able to do the most perfect showcase. But I do think I'll be able to give a decent idea of what she's capable of and where she'll be good at. So let's check her kit real quick. Not a super in-depth overlook, just reading off what I know. AoE decrease attack 70% chance. On a 3-turn cooldown, AoE block buffs and fear on champions, block buffs and decrease speed on bosses. 100% chance, 3-turn cooldown, pretty fantastic. 4-turn cooldown here when booked. Removing all debuffs from a single ally, placing intercept on them, also filling their turn meter by 50% and decreasing all of their cooldowns. And then she's immune to sheep, and whenever she places a debuff, she decreases the target's turn meter by 5% and permanently decreases their resistance and accuracy by 10, stacking up to 100%. A 24% speed aura in all battles. Really fantastic kit here, and I think she'll truly be a game changer for everybody. Now when it comes to blessings, I think Intimidating Presence and Polymorph are the two best options. Now if you're not going to go with those, I would say something like Temporal Chains could be good. If you're looking more Hydra focused, you could definitely go in with something like Harmonic Impulse, Neutralize, Cruelty. You could go with Brimstone if you really wanted to. There's plenty of options. I think she's a very versatile champion. And then if we want to look at mastery, somebody we could look at for similar masteries, I believe would be Chimer here. Yeah, something like this. I guess you could, instead of going with Cycle of Magic, you could go Evil Eye, but I think what we have here is pretty solid. And this is what I would do for her masteries as soon as they're done, which will honestly probably be tomorrow. I'd say I'd have the energy by. But yeah, let's go ahead, check out the actual build and see what we can do. So I'm going to be building her with you guys. I think that it'll be pretty beneficial for you guys to get a real feel for what I plan on doing. So I'm thinking she could just be a really amazing Shu-Zhen style champion in the arena. Now, I've had some people say that I'm wrong for that. Some people say that it's not a bad idea. So I don't know. It's just the way I'm looking at her kit. And of course, she's going to be fantastic in Hydra. So if you're going to go Hydra, you guys could very well go Cursed. You could go Provoke. I think Cursed is probably the best option. That would put her in a place putting up more debuffs and things. And we might, when we look at her in Hydra, I'll probably put her in Cursed just so you guys can get a real feel for it. I don't know if I have any free gear removal, so I think I'll go, let me go get that and I'll get back to where we are right now. Alright, we are back, and we do have the free gear removal for once we finally decide on some gear. So I'm not really worried about stealing gear from anybody. Pretty much anybody is free for me to take from. Now, I guess we should go ahead and look at what we have on this end. And I do know my Padraig is built fastest, so we might take some of his gear, because it is actually fantastic debuffing gear. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a few pieces from Padraig if need be. Now, I'm not going to just be trying to steal all of his gear, but I do think the Impulse is really good for her. And now, where should we go? I think we definitely need to pick up some more speed and some more accuracy. I don't want her to be slow though, so we gotta really pay attention to what pieces we're taking. This one is a little bit faster, but I think we'll be using her in the showcase as well. So should I leave her build alone? And then what are our fastest pieces here? Definitely Mikage's. Puts her just under 400. That's a pretty big jump, but I think we'll... Oh, well, that sucks. Let's save this real quick. Let's go start up that free gear removal. Okay. Where is Lamasu? There she is. Let's go to that preset real quick. Let's start that on. There we go. Okay, so her accuracy is a little low. She's very, very fast. A lot of accuracy, some speed and stuff would come from the masteries themselves. But where she is right now is perfectly fine. Let's take her in. Let's see what we can do in the arena. We do want to go against some stronger teams. I do know I'm pretty far down, but we'll try to find some stronger stuff. So what I normally do is I run my Onryo, I run my Mikage, I run my Patrick, and I run my Armands. But what I think I want to do here is I want to run the Mikage, the Onryo, the Lamasu, and then, well, usually I'd run Patrick because he is my fastest champ. But in this case, I think I want to run maybe somebody a bit more tanky. Just to try to keep things a bit more in check. Or I could potentially run a very, very slow nuker with her. Somebody like a King Garog, where a bunch of buffs would really help him out. But I guess for this, I'll just throw in the Duchess and kind of get a feel for what could happen here. Now, if I had Volcanos, this would be a even better showcase because her putting that intercept on Volcanos makes him even better. But for this, I think we'll... Yeah, she doesn't do any buff stripping, sadly, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, so we did get one strip off. I don't know if his A1 is strong enough to take out this Duchess right now. No, not with the passive from the neck right there. There we go. Okay. Well, that's not very fun. Now everything's back under control. Those impulse procs proccing very often. Alright, let's see if we can knock out the Necrit. One shot, one kill, no problem. Now we're gonna take out the Duchess. Alright, next up I want to take out the... Oh, it's 2 turns. That's actually insane. Oh no. Alright, so our Duchess is down. I guess we gotta get rid of the Marichka. I know his passive. No, okay, it doesn't proc in that situation. Let's get rid of her, and then we're gonna try to, no, okay. We do end up losing here. Because Siegfried does Siegfried things, and I didn't really bring anything to counter the Siegfried. But, you know, let's go back in, let's win, and then we'll move on to the next one. This time, we'll just bring in a Carnage, throw him lead, get that extra speed. And I do think she's actually pretty solid with Carnage. Again, if Volcanos was a thing on my account, it would be a whole lot easier to do any of the showcasing. But I think she's fantastic without him. Let's get rid of Duchess here. We're gonna try to block the passive. Okay, we weren't able to. Alright, let's go back in. See if we can block his passive. There we go. We do get the passive blocked. Now we can go ahead and block revive. Fantastic. A1 doesn't kill actually. Oh, it did, but we didn't have her passive blocked. Okay. Now we're just gonna A1 the rest of them and end that fight. I mean, I think she's doing a lot with the resetting. At least getting that reset in. Now, let's go into a team where we're faster than a speed team that we're faster. And I do think that'll be a good showcase of things. Now, this is a good part where I think pinpoint would make a big difference. Going against somebody like a Tormund. Because then she can't be stunned. Right now she can't be sheeped, but depending on how fast they are, this could be pretty rough. But let's see. Wait, how fast are they? Okay, we are faster, and we get to put our... We get to speed boost and put our stuff out. Now, there's a bunch of stun skin, so that could be a problem. Let's go ahead and get rid of Odin. Let's ally attack into the... I guess Eric's could be... No, because they're passive, but her passive's going to do her stuff anyways. I feel like just getting rid of Arbiter here is kind of pointless. Okay, we do get to kill the Tormund there. Let's see if we can steal the stun skin. We were not able to, and we're gone. Dang it. Such a squishy team. Such an incredibly squishy team. Let's run that back. I don't think we should lose that one, considering we just didn't have anybody that wasn't incredibly squishy in the team. Let's throw in a... I could say my Nishak to handle their bomb. Nishak could... bombs plus her could be pretty insane, because Nishak is... he would get screwed over by these sheeps, but let's give it a go. Let's throw Nishak in here and see what he can do. Running her as your fastest champ does allow you to go into teams like this and just run in. And now my accuracy isn't the highest, but we do land most bombs. Let's just ally attack into the Eric's here. And then as soon as I get my turn on, there we go. And we are cruising. The best thing with her in doing this is that we don't have to worry about getting any form of crowd control when we run in there with all those intercept stacks. I think it's a whole lot of fun, guys. Truly, I think this champion will be fantastic in live arena. Sadly, it isn't open yet. I did just recently wake up. But yeah, I want to take it into a bit more speed teams. 23 mil. We should see some decent speed against this team. Now, just in case they are truly incredibly fast, let's throw in a... who should we throw in? Guess just throw in my Duchess. Have her in there just in case. Can't be sheeped. Fantastic. Let's get rid of the... There we go. Okay. Now the Armands doesn't get to do anything. Either does this or the Arbiter. I mean, countering Armands with that anti-sheep is pretty awesome. I'm sure this team is just basing what they do off of their Armands, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, we have low accuracy, but come on. That's a bit ridiculous. Okay, I mean, I can't argue with it, but it just feels pretty rough. Alright, then we give our Unryo those. He should be almost back to a turn. And he's back. Has all of his cooldowns, but it doesn't really matter. Unryo isn't a nuker that needs his cooldowns, honestly. He just kind of goes in and destroys stuff. Now let's give one... Alright, I think we'll go against this one, guys. I mean, the Harima isn't in the right stuff. You know what? Could run... Let's run against this one. But let's throw in the Nishak. Okay, pretty stun skin heavy here. See, give him that Terminator fill. Give him that intercept. Can't be sheeped. Get those out there. Okay. Alright. I mean, there's not... We just gotta wait for them to get a turn, really. Dead, dead. Dead, reset cooldown. He's gone. Yes, sir. That is awesome. Okay. We don't have to worry about polymorph anymore. You throw those intercept stacks up, you throw your Nishak out there, just delete them. That is fantastic. Okay. Let's give one more refresh. Let's find one more really strong team, and then we'll run the Hydra, see what team we can put together for it. Oh, come on, show me something really strong. What about this guy? No. What about this guy? No. Nobody down here all that strong besides that DK guy that we just fought. Okay, this team looks very strong. Yeah, I can work with this. Now they're gonna have high resistance, so if anything, I'd have to throw in the accuracy. I don't know if we can try to bomb it. We can give it a go. There's a high chance that we're much slower than them actually. So, okay. Well, let's give them the turn. See if okay, we do place some bombs. That's more than I thought we would. We're not able to take out the Siffy there, but that's fine. Let's see if we can put some damage into. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we can run this one back. We can run this one back and win. I believe that was just user error there, not the error of the team. I'm not used to like a Shu-Zhen style champion on my account, so it's definitely a bit of a learning curve for me, I guess. But I use them all the time on other accounts, so maybe I'm just making up excuses because I can. Alright, so now let's run it and throw in the buff strip. Okay, we were able to get rid of some of the stuff. I think it's worth trying to get rid of the Python here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we were able to go in, get rid of his stuff. Now the Harima, I hope she dies from the bombs. We can AoE stun again. Yep, she's gone. Yeah, my Nishak isn't built poorly, but it's not the best Nishak build in the world. Alright, yeah guys, I mean, I'm gonna have a whole lot of fun with her. I can already see her being very useful in Live Arena. And I think she's a very strong candidate to be my fastest champion. Because she really does bring in a whole lot of options. Because if I want to run her, I can run her to just give somebody a turn. I can use her to crowd control. I can use her to really just face tank any form of sheep from an Armand's or something. I think she's fantastic, and I think she's a champion I'm going to be investing heavily into. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and throw her into my wish list here. I think she'll go in over my Padraig actually. And yeah, I want her soul as soon as possible. Alright, so I think now is the time we go ahead. I throw a hex set on her and we give it a go. So let me go ahead, get my gear back to where it was, get a hex set on her, and we'll give it a test run. Alright, so now we have a hex set on her. Decent stats here. Okay, survivability, 315 speed, and then 320 accuracy. More than enough for Hydra with the area bonuses that I have. Let's go into Nightmare, see what we can throw together. Now, none of these teams matter all that much, but actually I think we could look at my main team here and really get a feel for what she could do. So Lamasu as the front runner, she has that amazing speed lead. I think Mikage, and then my Onryo. I'll put Onryo in the back just to make sure the damage distribution isn't screwing him over too much. But at this point, we already have our decreased speed or block buffs, and then some decreased attack and an intercept. At this point, what do we need? I think, honestly, somebody like Ashnar could come in and be very fantastic with her, because he's going to be giving us weaken HP burns, and then I could put him in something like a provoke set or something. I feel like he could be decent with her because he's also healing the team for a good bit. He isn't booked right now, so I think I'll hold off on that, but I don't think he's a bad idea. When looking at my original team here, we could bring in the Lydia. So we have increased speed, decreased speed, nuke. At this point, we really just need some more nukage. Now, Thor is probably my second best build. I do want to bring in Ninja. Actually, I don't have him built right now, but I think a Ninja would come in here. But somebody like Varl, who is built pretty well. I brought in Varl alongside Thor. I guess the biggest thing we're missing at this point is any form of survivability, because these are all squishy champs. Let's take out Thor. Let's throw in our Pytheon. So we have a very accessible team outside of Onryo. Everything here is free, again, outside of Onryo. He is just my best built champion, so we're not gonna say no to him. But everybody else here is very accessible, and by the time you have most of these, you should have the rest. Okay, actually, my Lydia isn't built. Like, give me 1 second, guys. All right, so we're gonna change up the team here. Lamasu, Mikage, Venus, Razzle. Razzle going to be giving us that increased speed that we were getting previously. Venus giving us some HP burns, decreased defense, weaken, as well as she's in feral set, so we should be getting a whole lot more damage out of her. Go ahead and see what we can do. We don't have any straight up provoke in this team right now, which is something that if I were to actually be running this team specifically, I would have to find a way to fit in. But let's see just kind of what sort of damage we can get out of everybody here. So she's definitely going to be bringing a lot of control to the team. In her hex set, she'll be able to consistently keep that hex out. Now, my biggest issue is going to be the fact that we don't have any provoke in this team, and I don't think Onryo is going to be able to kill this head before they get their cleanse. Yeah. Well, I mean, we can try. No, sadly, it's not going to happen. But that is a nice thing to keep in mind, guys, is that you do kind of just get a free extra turn on somebody and resetting their cooldowns as soon as you need it. So in that situation, let's say I needed the decreased defense and we can re-put up, we actually would have had it. Let's run that back. Let's throw in somebody that just has provoke of some sort, because not having any provoke is really bad for the team. I don't know if I have anybody built that has provoke. Maybe, yeah, Husk has a provoke, and he's also built right now. So we'll throw him in here. Again, this is not what my team would actually be looking like, but we're just giving ourselves a chance to look at things. So the decreased attacks go out. We get this going. We have every debuff we need already, essentially, and now let's start taking out the poison cloud head. Let's extend our durations, extend their durations. We're not too worried about using her ability yet, but we might need to when we're trying to get this provoke up. Let's continue nailing that one. It'll be done very soon. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to use her to give him the intercept stacks and try to get a head down. Yep, so now it's down. We are at 8 mil already. We don't get provoked, which is very nice. We have a decreased attack. We have everything we need to stay alive. We also have the leech being put out there. That's great. I think that was from killing the poison cloud head. Or maybe we found some other way to place. Oh no, it's Razzle. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. Obviously it's Razzle. Let's try to get just another decreased attack out. Try to get some more damage. Ally attack into this head. Now sadly, ally attack isn't nearly as strong as it was before these absolutely horrendous changes. I think the worst changes I've ever seen, actually. The worst changes I've ever seen. Alright, so we get that stuff out there. Their resistance is tanking pretty heavily. Get rid of that, and I mean, you guys can see it. It's not too complicated. Just a whole lot of control from her, and you don't even need her in the provoke set to work. because as mentioned before, my Lydia was unbuilt because this is actually her provoke set, outside of the 2 impulse pieces that were on Padrig. But I think you guys get the idea for what I'm saying here. She just does a lot, and I think she's going to be a big part of my account and how I do things. But let's go ahead in the battle, see kind of where we are. Yeah, Razzle, Yasu, Lamasu actually getting the 2 mil from the Hex. But overall, guys, I think she's an absolutely god tier champion. I think she's going to help out a lot of accounts as soon as people are able to get her. Now, of course, mine isn't booked this video, mine isn't masteried, so there's so many things that are going to improve about her build, and I think in the next couple weeks, maybe a month from now, I'll do an updated Lamasu video, really showing you guys what she's capable of after I get to playtest her some more and get some use with her. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, consider liking and subscribing. I said that. If you're not already in my Discord, you can join through the link in the description or through the Discord symbol that shows up at the end of the video. Nothing more outside of that, guys. I'll see you on the next one. See you later.